This is Tatiana Valto, and today my persuasive speech will be about why college athletes should be getting paid while they attend college. How many people here in my audience that are watching this video are student athletes? There might be some, there might not be. However, I am not a student athlete, but I do have many friends who are student athletes, and I do understand the daily struggles that they go through day to day and weeks out for this because they have training, they have practice, they have the games, and they end up having to miss tests, exams, and even labs, and they have to make them up. So I understand what they have to go through. I've done a considerable amount of research on this topic, and I would like to present my ideas to you guys today to get to try to figure out as to where you guys stand and if you believe whether or not they should or shouldn't get paid. Critics have said that the NCAA ultimately are overutilizing the students' talents to collect revenue. And the NCAA, they do collect a lot of revenue from college football, especially SEC. So that's like UGA, Auburn, Alabama, LSU, all of the big time schools. They collect a lot of revenue. So today I will first discuss why student athletes should get paid while attending college. And my second point will be as to how that this will affect the students as well as the university. So first I'm going to start with my first main point, and this is why student athletes should get paid while attending college. So my first point would be that the student athletes, they put a lot of hard work, time, and effort in. According to Forbes.com, the article 20 Reasons Why Student Athletes Are Employees, for a typical Division I college football team, they spend 43.3 hours practicing and training a week. That's 3.3 more hours than an American who has a 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. That's 3.3 more hours. So they're doing what regular Americans doing for a regular day basis when they go to work. And my second point, well, actually I'm going to show you a picture that's actually in my visual aid that's attached to the PowerPoint but I'm going to show you. And this is the average hours spent per week and season on athletic activities in 2010. And this is from Business Insider back in 2010. This is how many hours that they were putting in for their respective sports. So for basketball, they were putting in 42.1, men's basketball 39.2, football 43.3/41.6, all other men's sports 32, women's basketball 37.6, all other women's sports 33.3. That's how much hours they were putting in back in 2010, and that's just on practicing. That is it. Also, the students bring in a lot of revenue for the school. According to Forbes.com as well, the 20 reasons why student athletes are employees, the NCAA brings in $11 billion annually. That is more than the NBA and the Hockey League combined. $11 billion. That's insane to me. And for a large portion of the students, they are going on scholarships because college is expensive and not everybody can afford $40,000 a year, depending on the type of school you go to. It all depends. And a lot of them go on scholarships, full rides, and that's the only way they're allowed to go to school. And this money that the students are bringing in is going towards their scholarships. So I feel that they should be getting a portion of this back. Yes, they are going to school for free, but at the end of the day, they're bringing in all this attention and all these championships and everything into the school that they should be getting something back for this. So now I'm going to go on to my second point as to why this will be beneficial for the students as well as the university. So for the students, it will first be beneficial for the students because they will be able to they will actually be financially stable because not everyone has the money to go to college. And if they're on scholarships, if they're on scholarship and they didn't have the money, then they don't have the luxury of being able to go out and get a job because their main focus is that sport and what they do, that sport and trying to keep up with their grades when they can. So with that money, they'll be able to financially stable, they'll be able to buy things and be able to do things. But also the students will become employees for the school because that means they'll be able to be eligible for workers' compensation just like all of us who have regular jobs. And with that, they'll be able to collect workers' compensation because when they sustain injuries on the field, they will collect from that. And a lot of times when they get injured, they just sit out and they can't do anything about it. They have to wait till they're healed or whatever the case may be. And here I also have the numbers from Forbes. Actually, no, this is from the Penn State site, the actual Penn State website, and these are the numbers for NCAA. They bring in about 11 billion. The NFL brings in around 9, and the NBA brings around 4.5 ish. And NCAA college, they bring in the most. But back to my point as to why this would be beneficial for students. So I said that they get workers' compensation, and that they'll be financially stable so they can have money coming in because they can't get jobs. This will also be beneficial for the university because it will bring more people in. So once more people see that they're being paid for their talents, they're going to be interested in those schools because they want to be able to go there because they're not only being paid, but they'll be able to play. They'll be a part of the starting lineup. So those students are going to want to come to that school. And if they're really talented, they're going to get the opportunity, which they're going to bring in more revenue. They're going to bring more attention, and they're going to be more championships, and they're going to do really well in the season, especially if they're really good athletes. And altogether, it just will be really good for the school. So we're going to do a recap. First, my main point was why student athletes should get paid while attending college. And my second point was how it will affect students and the university. And some people might feel the same. Others might feel a little bit different about the speech today. It's all depending on what you take from it. So, however you may feel, hopefully one day we'll actually officially get an answer as to what they plan on doing, whether they plan on paying NCAA students, whether or not they do or they don't. It's just a matter of time and how we evolve, and we will see what the future holds for the future students who are coming on up to college. Thank you for watching my speech.